A huge thank you to everyone who supports the habit at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. Exclusive videos every week, Q&As, and a Discord server not full of perverts. Novel idea. Remember that video I did near the start of the year about how a bunch of YouTubers decided they were all quitting? Well, it seems like all the normal humans took off and left us with the grifters, freaks, and sickos. Feels like every other day, someone's being exposed. We already talked about DrDisrespect. It was semi-recently discovered that Keffals, a creator who claimed to be swatted, but made up details about that, and raised over $100,000 for a legal fund, pissed it all away on furniture and friends. Boogie, who became famous for flipping over a table, the internet was really boring in the early days, recently ran a crypto scam, which was eclipsed, not a fat pun, by the reveal that he's been exaggerating or flat out faking a cancer diagnosis for sympathy. CodyKo, a famous podcaster and comedy rapper, was accused of banging a 17-year-old Tana Mongeau when he was 25. In a way, this floodgate of slime all pouring out at once kind of reminds me of the early days of the Me Too movement. This is on YouTube, so it could be called the U2 movement. My apologies to Bono. But the biggest fish caught in the net, Jesus, Buckley, is this a floodgate or a net? Mix your metaphors much? Is MrBeast's friend, Ava Kris Tyson. And, teaser, perhaps MrBeast himself? First, let's address the elephant in the room. I already talked about Boogie. Yes, Ava Kris Tyson is transgender. She prefers she. I guess some creators caught flack for not calling her that. So, she is accused of being a child predator. The trans part means nothing. Bunch of goobers screaming, "See, they're all this way." Which, hey, you know what? I'll concede to that if you want to concede that, say, all Catholics are child predators because of the actions of a handful, bad phrasing, because of a not entirely insignificant number of priests, okay? Anyway, this case is very similar to the whole DrDisrespect thing. It starts with accusations of inappropriate messages with a minor, as well as apparently a meeting, although in this case, there are actually more details. Ava was 20, while the minor, who goes by Lava, was 13. He's now 20, and originally stated that nothing ever took place in private. I was never groomed. I did meet Ava and MrBeast and did so with my parents. Some of this is reported by Keemstar, who claims he spoke to Lava in private. So, MrBeast steps in and releases a statement that he's become aware of these allegations, that he's disgusted and opposed to these unacceptable acts, and he's forced Ava to live in a Legoland for 30 days to prove her self-restraint. No. But he has removed Ava from the company, his channel, and any association with MrBeast, and he's hired independent investigators to look into the situation. The internet says, yeah, fuck your investigators. We're just gonna keep digging ourselves. And so, chat logs get leaked, and Lava reads them 7 years later and goes, Oh, I don't remember any of these. Yeah, this is kind of fucked up that a kid and an adult were talking to each other this way. Paraphrased a little, but still, contends that he wasn't groomed. Sounds like something someone who was groomed would say. We'll come back to what Twitter's amateur Sherlock homeschooled dug up, but, as generally happens in these situations, another victim comes forward. This one an adult at least, claiming that Ava made certain promises to them, including being in MrBeast videos, dangling that carrot in front of her. Oh, I realize how that sounds now. In return for sexual favors. Of course, the Harvey Weinstein defenders come out. Wait, you feel like you were assaulted because you put out and they didn't give you what you wanted in return? Listen, it's all about power dynamics. Ava isn't nobody, okay? MrBeast has 300 million subscribers. I want you to understand something. The most watched TV show in America, according to an incredibly archaic rating system that's never been entirely accurate, was the series finale of MASH, with 105 million viewers. MrBeast has 60 videos that basically double that or more. he has 152 videos with higher view counts than the most viewed television show of all time. And Ava is, by all accounts, at least at one point, MrBeast's best friend. They've known each other since high school. They've lived together. That's going to be relevant in a second. She's either been in many of these videos or worked on them, and was in a number of the Beast Reacts videos. She's even on a couple of the thumbnails, if I'm not mistaken. Still, by the way. So, yeah, using that to basically trick people into fucking them, I don't know if that counts as abuse. Clearly it was consensual, but it is an abuse of authority and power. Remember that this is the person who had a wife and child, again, just like DrDisrespect, who, never mind the trans stuff, abandoned them to trick people into taking their clothes off on Snapchat and meeting up for some one-way Slurpees. Yeah, apparently Ava didn't even return those favors. Alright, so back to Gareth Keenan Investigates. Someone leaks something like 500,000 messages from a Discord server, the one that Lava was in as a minor, and that other children were in. Keep in mind, this was pre-transition, hence the dead name, but we see Kris the Meme God replying to a picture we can't see with, "She's only 14? Damn." A conversation between her and some others discussing the appropriateness of a porn channel they have in Discord that's accessible to minors. Again, we see Kris the Meme God defending this and saying, "What am I, a parent?" When you're running a Discord server full of children? Yeah, kinda. And we get one of the regulars calling her the Lolly God. What is Lolly? Why, it's gross-ass anime drawings of sexualized children. For those of you not terminally online, earlier this year, a YouTuber named Vosh was exposed as having a folder full of this stuff, which he claimed was short-stack goblin images or some shit. You see, these perverts justify snapping into their Slim Jims while looking at drawings with the features of children by saying, no, you misunderstand. They're 500-year-old creatures who have just taken this particular form. That's not pedophilia. Fucking sick freaks. One of the other people exposed as part of this was a fella by the name of Shadman, an edgelord artist who draws a bunch of lolly images, who Ava had just so happened to previously promote in the server, and whose artwork she not only owned, but proudly displayed on a wall of an apartment shared by MrBeast. This photo exists of MrBeast clearly looking at it. One could perhaps argue, man, I don't know what my friends are cranking it to. And I'd understand because my friends don't hang their beat-off material on the fucking walls of their homes. But MrBeast did know. And this is clearly quite an old photo. Oh, and drama alert, who I really hate to use as a source, but anyway, uncovers this conversation in which MrBeast himself, or someone using his name, gets in on the locker room talk, discussing the size of Kris the Meme God's dick with children. So, MrBeast didn't become aware, he was aware, and may have even participated at times in at least the public chats, which certainly isn't illegal, but it's weird. Then, my favorite part, because everyone wants to capitalize, someone who apparently worked for MrBeast for like a month drops a video about how MrBeast is a fraud who fakes his videos. Yeah, he makes fucking reality TV garbage. Oh, next thing you're gonna tell me is that the people on Survivor don't actually need to survive on their own? Staff will feed them or give them water? You don't need to make an hour-long video about it. And at a time when bigger shit's happening. Oh, does he use CGI in some of his videos where he destroys shit or edit things to make them seem more exciting? Who gives a fuck? His friend's a fucking nonce and he knew, but kept her on a channel that's watched by kids and allowed her to be accessible to the kids who watch him. That's the story. You don't take the turkey out of the oven to heat up your little fish sticks, boy. Let the real meal cook. But why are so many of these people like this? Forgive me if I've made this simile before, but they're like lottery winners. They become so rich so quickly after having never had money in their lives, they make all the worst decisions. But in the case of winning the fame lottery, and that's what it is. Let's not pretend that these people got here by skill. With that money comes power, unearned respect. So many fucking idiots worship fame. They put fame on a pedestal. And the famous know that they can exploit that by, say, getting people to fuck them for the chance to be in their videos that get 200 million views because they want to be famous too. And so, not only do these winners of the fame lottery eventually become financially bankrupt, people like Ava, like DrDisrespect, like CodyKo become morally bankrupt too. But you know, maybe MrBeast can make chicken salad out of this chicken shit. Round up, say, 30 of Ava's grooming victims, stick them in a fake, preloaded mine full of diamonds, gold bars, Amazon gift cards for some reason, whatever. Tell them whatever they dig out, they keep. Call it groomed miners become wealthy miners. You've spent years mining clicks from miners. If you don't mind, let them mine from you. Pervert.